Hi, I'm Richard Nzahoza, and I'm student I'm student in Bachelor of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University, and I'm conducting this interview as a part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview. I will code this interview for my government and you project.
Okay.
I'm working for a contribute to society goal. The interview will be used to create a street interview, um, and submit to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose. The interview information will temporarily stored in College for America online evaluation system, to which only will be evaluated and will be evaluated by College for America staff. Do you have any question?
No.
Do you give your consent to be interviewed and recorded?
I, Mark Ngango, give my informed consent to participate in this interview
Yes.
to be recorded as part of academic work.
Um, so, the first question is, what are the three branch of government?
Okay, so I think the three branches of government, so there is the president, and there is the minister, the prime minister, the senators.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, what does each branch do?
So I'm not sure, but I think like the president is the head of the country. He's
Yes.
giving the task to every partner of the government.
Yes.
Yeah, only that.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Oh, Democratic and Republic are the only major parties in United States. Can you name the third party?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Um, what are the process by which a bill become a law?
This
Which is the last question.
Okay, can you repeat once again?
So, what are the basic process by which a bill become a law?
Okay, so for a bill to be a law, I think first of all it has to be accepted and agreed by the Constitution. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Thank you, Irmak.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi,
Hi, hi.
I am Richard Nzawaza, and I'm student in Bachelor of Arts program with College for America at Southern New Hampshire University. And I'm conducting this interview as a part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information on a government and you project for a goal called contribute to society. The interview will be used to create street interview and submit to the College for America so that my project can be evaluated. The recording will be used solely for this purpose. The interview information will temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system to which only the evaluators and college staff will have access on it. Do you have any question, Victor?
No,
Do you give your consent to be interviewed and recorded?
of course.
Okay.
I, Victor, I give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded as a part of the street work.
Okay, thank you, Victor. What are the three branches of government?
The three branches of government, they are legislatives, uh, judiciary, and I don't remember the third.
It's okay, it's okay. What does each branch do, Victor?
Uh, Mainly the branches are there to implement laws, to set laws and make sure that the laws are very implemented.
Okay. So you are done.
Yeah.
And the Democrats and the Republic are the only parties in the United States. Can you name the third party?
The third party in the United States,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. So, what are the basic process by which a bill become a law?
A bill becomes a law when it passes into the House of Senate and the House of Deputies, then it comes to the public.
It comes to the public. Thank you very much, Victor.
You're welcome, Mr. Richard.
Hello, welcome to this video. I'm Richard Nzawazam, student at Southern New Hampshire University through College for America program. And I'm shooting this video to respond to some questions that have asked many people on the street, and the question they have the answers that they provide, so I'm here to give all details about the answers and the true answers. So first of all, the question was, what are the three branches of government? One responded that he knows two, which are legislative and judicial. Judicial. And the other one respond that he doesn't know. So the true answer is we have legislative, and secondly we have executive, the third we have judicial. And so what each and every branch does, the main law of this of the each branch, the first legislative is in charge of making laws, and the second executive is in charge of carrying out the laws. The third judicial interprets all laws. So in legislative we have we have Congress, Senate, and the House of Representatives. And in executive we have president, vice president, and the cabinet. And in judicial we have people like we have Supreme Court and the other federal courts. So I think the first question is covered. So for the second question, we had what does each do, each branch, and so what with I think for the first question we have covered that question, and just let's talk about how they are connected and how do each and every regulate each other. So for the legislative, they are rule makers, means they make laws, and the executive carries out laws, and the judicial interpret laws. So each and every is connected. It means one make laws, other just carry out the laws, and the other interprets the laws. That's how they are connected. It means they help each other to just make good establishment of law. People are able to know the laws, and they making follow up of whether the laws are being implemented in a rightful way. And so let's go to the way they regulate each other. The three branches, first of all, for a registration they make law as their main law. So the president can just reject that law, because it is what national constitution gives that right to president. So and the House of Congressman can just override this rejection. They do this by voting. If the number of just vote that the law that president rejected should be the main that means by voting, that's how they override the rejection of president. And the president also can nominate nine justice, and they can just can nominate a head of like Supreme Court. So that's how can just regulate the judicial branch. And for House of Representative can just impeach the president in case president did many big mistakes that are just driving country in a bad situation. They have the right to just impeach him or her. That's how they are like connected, and they are how they regulate each other. So going to the third question. The third question is stating that Democrats and the Republic are the major parties. So can you name the third party? And many people here, they didn't know any answer here. They just say that they don't know answer. And then uh, for me, like what I have, according to Americans, all candidates who are not in among of two major, Republican and the Democrats, they considered as the third party. And but we have common known third party, which are the Libertarian Party, the Green Party, and the Reform Party. Those are like most known common third parties in America. So how the next question is, how did the two-party system start? So they started in 1790s. This is when they started. This is what there was two major parties, with Federalist and the Anti-Federalist. This Anti-Federalist is the one which like had developed, led to the rise of Republican and the and Democrats as the major parties in the U.S. So let's go down to history. In that period, there was disagreement with anti-Federalist and Federalist. Federalist was head by Alexander Hamilton, and the anti-federalist was led by Thomas Jefferson. So there was two disagreement. One, like Alexander Hamilton and his supporters were just saying that they want to be read UK, but Thomas Jefferson denied and they disagree. So it has just come to the defeat of Federalist, and which gives rise to anti-Federalist. So do you think 1824 24 election, Jackson was lost the election, and the John Quincy conquer Jackson, and that's had just raises the disagreement to the supporter of Jackson, and they decided to make an organization that will help Jackson to be elected, and that's how that organization was known as Democrat. That's how, brief history of how Democrats and the Republican have just become major parties in the USA. So the third party, the next question is, what is the impact to do the third parties on national politics? First of all, they just the third party candidate can take votes away from major political parties. Like, people who are supporting the third party will vote, and it means those candidates who are in those major party, Republican, Democratic, will lose votes. Next is, the third party candidate can shift national attention to particular issues. It means they need government to pay attention to given issues that third party is observing, that government should pay attention. So lastly, let's go to the question number 4. So the number 4 question is, what the basic process by which a bill become a law? So a bill has for a bill to become a law has to pass about 9 to 10 steps. First of all, it has to be born. Second, committee there has to be after just being born. It may be like anyone can draft the bill, or members of Congress can president can just like draft a bill, but people who are in charge of like introducing that like a member of Congress. Second, they just like head that bill to committee action. This, as soon as a bill introduced, it's referred to a committee. This is an examination point of a bill, and the chance if this pass, if a bill passed to this step, it goes to the the third step, which is called subcommittee review. These are people who just start together and just hear the like, is this bill just feasible, or what will this bill help a country? After just observing that this can be just helpful, they just sent this to committee action to report. They go to to the fourth to the like they just invite people like experts, opponents, and other people to just observe if that bid is fair. And the fifth is committee action to report a bill. They report a bill to the congressman. So when it reaches it refer to the other chamber, I mean to the Congress. It also refer to other chambers. Other chambers, they just have a debate. These just House of Representative and Senate, they have debate to that bill, and after they make a decision if whether to just accept it as law or not. Though also they just report it to other the eighth step is conference committee action. This is the other chamber where they sat and they if they just sat and discuss if they can change, or if they can just keep it as it is, or if they can ignore that bill. And if it passes this step, it will go to the final action, where it is like final approval for this role. It means is the president who is going to sign for this. It is reached to the step of president going to sign to the that bill. So if to pass this, if the president observe that he shouldn't, he's not agreeing with the bill, he just override by a veto, just, and he just like reject this bill. But it also back to the like House of Representative and Senate after like voting and see that it is feasible. They will just override by, like you see, as I said, using vote. That's how a legislative can just regulate executive. So after that, if it wins, it become a laws, and they sign. That's how a bills become law. So thank you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you.